Good afternoon, everyone. Chapter 16. Cheeks Ablaze. I'm not sliding down the banister, protested Dottie. But it's the fastest way down, replied Elsie. Dottie was right to be reluctant. It was an awfully long way down from the topmost floor of the museum to the bottommost. In the time we've been arguing, we could have already been at the bottom, reasoned Elsie. The girl clambered onto the banister. Dottie sighed and hitched up her skirt and joined her. This is an extremely bad idea, said the lady. It was too late. Whoosh! Ouch! Me bottom cheeks are ablaze, complained Dottie. Hold on, called out Elsie. Soon they ran out of banister. The girl landed on the floor. Thud. Dottie landed on top of her. Thudder. Mesmerised, Elsie approached the ice monster. All that was separating the girl from a species that had become extinct thousands of years ago were a few inches of glass and ice. Funny looking thing, muttered Dottie. I think it's beautiful, whispered the girl. It's like the biggest cuddly toy in the whole wide world. Dottie chuckled. I'm not sure it would be all that cuddly if it was alive. Now come on, we need to get out of here before Mr. Clout comes back. The girl stood still. Elsie! Elsie! The lady tugged at the little girl's arm. We need to go. I don't want to leave it alone here, replied Elsie. You what? Dottie couldn't believe what she was hearing. It looks sad. You'd look sad if you'd been dead for 10,000 years. Let me climb on your shoulders. You what? I need to take a closer look. Young lady, we need to get out of here now before the Queen Her Majesty comes back. Quicker than a peek, implored Elsie. A peek-a-boo, I promise. No, now come on. With that, Dottie tried to drag the girl out of the hall. However, Elsie was far too quick for her. Before Dottie knew it, Elsie had climbed up her back. What the? Hold on to my ankle, she ordered. Elsie stood on the lady's shoulders. As a reluctant Dottie dutifully held on to her, the girl was now at head height with the mammoth. She pressed her nose up against the cold glass and stared deep into one of its little black eyes. What are you doing up there? Called Dottie. The truth was, Elsie didn't exactly know what she was doing up there. All she did know was that she was transfixed. She didn't move. It was as if she was frozen solid too. We need to go, implored Dottie. Still, Elsie stared. Then the most magical thing happened. In a moment that changed everything. A bead of water formed in the creature's eye. It's crying, called down Elsie. Oh my, you're imagining things, young lady. That mammoth hasn't cried since long before even I was born. Now come down. Not yet. What do you mean, not yet? Not yet means not yet. Down the corridor there was a sound of bootsteps. Click-clack, click-clack, click-clack. Clout was onto them. We need to go now, cried Dottie. With the girl still standing on her shoulder, she began running as fast as she could. Whoa! Exclaimed Elsie as she tried to stop wobbling. Click-clack, click-clack, click-clack. Who goes there? Clout shouted, echoing along the corridor. Elsie toppled over and slid down Dottie's back. Now she was riding her like a horse. Giddy up, ordered the girl, as together they made their escape. Chapter 17. Curious Creatures. In her many years of working there, Dottie had cleaned every inch of the Natural History Museum. She knew all the best hiding places. Down here, hissed the lady as she led Elsie down some stone steps. Ahead of them stood a huge metal door with a sign that read, Do not enter. Dottie fished in her pocket and pulled out a jangling bunch of keys. It's one of these, she muttered to herself. But which one? Pressed Elsie. I know. It's a metal one. They're all metal. They're keys. Give them here. Elsie snatched the keys off Dottie and after a few attempts found the right one. She unlocked the door and ushered Dottie inside. Then, as quietly as she could, the girl closed the door behind them and locked it. Clunk. Listening through the thick metal, the pair heard the sounds of footsteps descending the stairs. Click-clack, click-clack, click-clack. The door handle was turned. Rattle. The pair held their breath. They followed the sound of footsteps ascending the stairs. Click-clack, click-clack, click-clack. The pair exhaled. Thank goodness! Clout doesn't have his keys, whispered Elsie. No, replied Dottie. They're right here, she added, holding up the set in her hand. I lost mine, so I borrowed his. Clever, Dottie. Not just a pretty face, said the cleaning lady. Elsie smiled. There was no answer to that, so... Where are we? The Natural History Museum in London. Yes, I know that, Dottie. I mean, where in the Natural History Museum in London? Oh, we're in the storeroom. Now stay close to me. If upstairs was full of wonders, downstairs was even more so. The storeroom was full of things that were too weird to be put on show. The pair passed a number of curious creatures, pickled in tanks. There was a shark with 2 heads, a giant tortoise the size of a baby elephant, and a snake as long as a cricket pitch. Overlooking them were stuffed conjoined twin owls, a mighty lump of red rock that looked like it had fallen to earth from another planet, and an egg so big it must have belonged to a megalosaurus, a prehistoric human skull squatted on a plinth. It was bizarre looking, half human and half ape. What is this? Asked the girl. Dottie ambled over. Dunno. I wouldn't touch it if I was you. It looks spooky. If you think that skull looks spooky, you've never met Miss Curdle. Who? She ran the orphanage I escaped from, and she's got warts bigger than this. Elsie rested her hand on top of the skull, and it wobbled slightly. Intrigued, the girl rotated the top piece of the skull back from the jaw. Creak! Suddenly the pair realised they were spinning round. Wheeze! Elsie, touching the skull, had opened a secret door. Now they were plunged into total darkness. Ah! They screamed. End of chapter. Okay, guys, have a fantastic weekend, and I'll see you all on Monday. Bye.